Almost 11. So there's 3 Zooms going on right now at 11 at the Kazako's house. There's a first grade writers workshop. There's something with the state of North Carolina court system, and there is advanced Instagram. So I trust that all of you that are here are far more excited that you're on this one and not those 2, as am I. All right. Lisi, I think I still see your picture, but I think we're good. I don't know if you can swap it or not. Or I guess when Heidi shares her screen, we'll be good to go. All right, so thank you everybody for joining us. Today is Friday. For those that don't know what day it is or what their name is, I can help you with the first one. With us today, we have Heidi Harris from our North Hills office. Heidi is an awesome real estate agent, but also a social media extraordinaire. She is currently serving on the National Rethink Council for Berkshire Hathaway, which is essentially a young professional focus group where they bring together some of the top agents from across the country to share ideas and best practices so that everybody can go back to their respective markets and be rock stars. So Heidi, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. Like my heart is pounding. I'm so excited. This is like one of my favorite hobbies. Is it bad to say that this is a hobby?
Well, I mean, is Zoom with Maria or House Hunters more fun?
Do I have to rank? I mean, both very exciting.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Yeah, they're both good.
So just tell the House Hunters producers next time. But
I will. I'll be like, I gotta buy her.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business before we get started. Give everybody some background.
Cool. So I'm Heidi Harris out of Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm the team leader of the Home Sweet Heidi team. So team members, if you're watching, hi, I miss you guys. We've been at Berkshire Hathaway for a little over a year. We love it. We were previously at another firm for 7 years. As Maria said, I'm on the National Rethink Council, which has been such a blessing in my life, bouncing ideas off of other top producers in other areas, especially during all this COVID nonsense. I don't know what I would have done without them. I'm not from here. I was born and raised right outside of Baltimore, Maryland. So I moved to North Carolina for college, and I moved to Raleigh in 2006. So for me, when I got into real estate, I had to find a way to let people know who I was. So I turned to social media.
Well, it worked because everybody knows Home Sweet Heidi. Where did you go to school?
I went to Barton College in Wilson, North Carolina. It's like 1,500 students. It's tiny, but it was awesome.
That is awesome. All right, so I'm going to let you kind of take the lead, and then I'll interrupt you rudely when questions pop in. If you all have questions along the way, feel free to just hop in on the Q&A feature, and we'll probably hold them till the end, but I'll get my mind right and get organized so that I can then rapid fire at Heidi. So,
and I get so into this, so Maria, please interrupt me. Like if I'm doing something you're like, that doesn't make sense, just say something, okay?
I do get confused easy. Yeah, I will. I'll interrupt you. I don't hold back.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So again, I'm not from here, so I don't have that sphere of influence that I think most top producers might have. I do rely on social media. I do believe that real estate is a contact sport. We need to have a lot of contacts in order to do our job well. Last year, we had 20% of our closings were all from social media. So I am here to tell you, if this is something that you're intimidated by, I can understand because it might be new, but it works. So please, please, please implement what feels comfortable. But of all things, be yourself. I am like Maria. I'm unapologetically me, right? Like we're not going to pretend to be somebody else. And with my marketing, I think that everybody can get an idea of who I am. When I first started being a real estate agent, there's one local real estate agent here. She's like the only person I knew. So I tried to be her and it was uncomfortable and it was weird. And then once I just became comfortable being myself, it just became very secondhand. So my top tip is to always just be yourself. Maria, do you want me to go ahead and start sharing my Instagram?
Yeah, dive in. All the secrets. all the
Okay.
secrets.
All right. So,
I'm gonna write comments on your posts while you're talking that are really rude, so that just keep it entertaining.
keep me on my toes. Thank you.
Yeah.
So first things first, I don't know the analytics of how Instagram works. These are just things that have worked for me and my team. So if all of this changes, I'm sorry, this is just how things are at this moment. And I'm going to go ahead and share my phone screen now. And if I'm accidentally, it's my little girl. If I'm accidentally thinking that I'm sharing my screen instead of sharing my face and I get off, you guys just let me know so I can get back together. So let's first talk about the two different kinds of profiles you can have. I currently have mine set up to be a business profile. It's because I'm a team leader. I want my team to feel comfortable and like they're seen there as well. I do have a private one, like a personal one for myself. But if you are doing this for business, I would strongly encourage you to do a business profile. The reason is because you can see insights. So you can notice I'm wearing the same outfit. An hour ago, I was interviewed on the news, and I posted this. So if you click on, all right, sorry, maybe I did that too fast. So you click on a post, and then you click on the blue right there where it says View Insights. You can see that 36 people have liked it, 7 people have commented on it, 2 people have shared it. That's like what that paper airplane thing looks like. And a share, what that is like if I saw a post and I wanted to send it to Maria, I would share it. And this is that counting. So I guess somebody sent this to 2 people. The other thing next to it, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
A little ribbon, maybe?
Yeah, like a ribbon. Yeah. That's when somebody pins it to the top. That rarely happens for us. I don't really know why somebody would do that, but I'll find out. And then it says that 5 people viewed our profile and it reached 171 people. Now, if you scroll down a little bit more, you can see that in the gray towards the bottom, you can see that from home. And what that means is that's people that just saw it on their newsfeed. 159 found it from there. 5 people found it from hashtags. We're going to talk about hashtags later. 4 people found it from location, and then 7 people saw it from other. Other could be anything, like somebody sending it to somebody or whatever. I like insights because to me, what they do is they tell me what my followers like and what they don't like. Not everything I do is a hit. And sometimes I think that, oh man, these people are going to eat it up. And it's like, it flops. But to me, the more attention I can put out there, the more top of mind I can be. So that's kind of what I'm doing there. For like yesterday, we're doing a giveaway because in Wake County, our restaurants are kind of opening tonight. So that's on there. Also, something else I've noticed is anytime that we post a picture of somebody, we get a lot more traction than a house. Now this house, Emily on my team, this is her listing. We got 33 likes, 1 comment, 0 cents, but somebody did pin it to the top. So somebody must be really interested in this house, but it reached 401 people. So what I'm telling you is this was posted, this was posted, what was that, yesterday? And as you can tell, it does currently have more likes and attention than the one that was posted an hour ago, but the one that was posted an hour ago, because as a person in it, it gets a lot more attention. So as you're posting things on social media, I always encourage people, make it personal, make it real. People don't just want to look at pictures of houses.
So are you going to tell us what you told the news before it hits the news, or is it like proprietary information?
It's so juicy. No, it's not juicy at all. They just wanted to know what the buyer trends are since COVID, like what's changed. So you can tune in tonight. It's either on between 4:30 and 5 or 5:30 and 6. But basically, it's me talking about how people want home offices and want bigger yards. And people have been asking about like if putting pools in, if that makes sense and stuff like that.
So all of a sudden the high rise on the 15th floor with your 3 children is not sexy anymore?
It's not sexy right now.
Yeah.
You said it. But I'll sell it. All right. So yeah, right. Maria, is it cool if I go directly? Because I just did profile. Actually, right up here in your profile, you can edit it. See that edit sign? If you click on that, where it says name, that's when, if you're sending a message to somebody, that's the name that's going to come through. So if I'm sending a message to Maria and she's like, who the heck sent this? It's going to say Home Sweet Heidi Team. Additionally, that name, if you're searching on Instagram, that's a searchable name. So make sure that, like, if you're saying, I don't know, Charlotte real estate agent, that's a good one because somebody could be searching that, but also put your name in it so that somebody knows who it is in case if you're messaging back and forth, okay? Fill this out as good as you can. Instagram wants to be used, so they want you to use all of these options here. So don't miss anything. Additionally, they like it when you use emojis. And if anybody has any questions about any of this stuff, let me know. All right. So for posts, again, Instagram wants you to use all of their features. So I'm going to make up a post real quick just to run through how we can do this. This is a picture of what it looks like, what I'm looking at right now. Maria gave me the idea of stacking books so that you guys don't just stare directly at my double chin. And then I do have a light here. I use a light for everything so that it helps me out look like the Crypt Keeper. All right, so
who is that on your screen?
Say that again.
Who is that on your screen?
She's so beautiful.
Yeah.
One of my friends. So I'm going to hit next. Now, Instagram wants you to use a filter. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of a big filter. You might be. If you are, that's great. Remember, stick with being yourself. For me, I love the Juno filter. So I just scroll over a little bit. I select Juno, but see how that still looks like a lot of filter? So I double click on it. So if you double click on it, then it comes up and you can see it says 100. And then I scroll, I like it to be somewhere in the 20s, and really it's wherever the heck my finger goes. It's somewhere in the 20s. It just looks crisper without being too much. And then Instagram does see it as using a filter. So I'm gonna hit done there and then next. Now for captions, I recommend using, there's this, you see it right there in the middle of my screen. It's called Spacey. Spacey it's $2.99. Buy it. What it does is it will separate your captions for you in Instagram without using the dots in between or just using like a solid paragraph. That Instagram, for whatever reason, again, I don't know the analytics, but they automatically put things in a paragraph. So some people will do a line spacing and just do a dot, but this will do a
I'm a daughter. I'm a daughter now. I'm going to use spacier.
But not anymore, sister.
Yeah.
Because this will, let me go back. So like here, see how it has those line breaks in it? That's what Spacey does. Okay. All right, back to this post. I'm going to cruise through this because we already did this. Juno, hit it twice, scroll down to 20 something. Next. All right, so that Spacey app, you just copy and paste it. So you just paste it right in there. Tag people, always tag people. So I would tag Maria. I'm going to tag BHHS Carolinas is probably annoyed by how much I tag them, but well, I'm doing something, I'll tag them. Tag as people as you can.
We love it. Tag it every time.
And then I always put in a location. Now, if the last post that I showed you, remember, I think it was 4 people, I think, found it from the location. People on Instagram will just search location, see what's going on. So always put a location. And then you would just hit share. I'm not going to share this because
you might get too many likes.
I might get too many likes. I don't want to break the internet. Yeah.
Yes, it could happen.
That could totally happen. Yeah.
So the benefit of using the filter, you said, was obviously Instagram likes it when you use all of their features, but then when you land on your profile, it gives it a cohesive look too.
Yes, exactly. And everything in my profile, our profile, it's all done with Juno. So you can see it's all very cohesive, which is just prettier to look at that way. All right, now if you do a video, I've got a trick for that. So I'm gonna post this one. This is just my one from yesterday. I'm gonna do a short video. Do you see down there in the bottom right, it says cover? If you click on that, this is what it's going to look like when somebody looks at your Instagram page. So if anybody watched this video I did, it was pure chaos. I probably shouldn't have posted it, but I tried to do a giveaway. My kids were not behaving. But in this post, it looks like I'm being a wonderful mother with well-behaved kids. So that would be what I would put up on my Instagram page there. But if you just don't do anything, if you don't hit cover, it will either, one, hit my 5-year-old son that shouldn't be sucking his thumb. Either that should be coming up, or it would just be black. So I always make sure that I select a cover just to make it look prettier on my profile. Cool.
Love that. I wish I had known that all the times that the first pic, like, it's like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And actually a good, if you're in the video of your house, because sometimes, I see you guys opening the door.
Yeah.
If you're posting a video of the house, you can move to where they see the person because they're more likely to engage if there's a person in it.
Bingo. So what Maria is saying is for every listing, we do videos, and you can see the beautiful Emily's out in front of that house right there. So that is the video she's talking about. But if you look down there, so it's on the left middle of that page, you can see Emily standing out in front of it. And like Maria said, we always make sure you can see the person because people like people, not just sale houses. Another thing to note is with Instagram, the very first sentence is the most important thing you're going to do in the entire post. So this is a post about this seminar today. And what it says is, want to know the secret sauce behind our Instagram marketing. And then it says more in gray. What Instagram likes is for your post to be engaging. So the more people that hit more, the more engaging it is. Instagram likes it. It pushes it higher to the stream there. So I always make sure that the first sentence is kind of sticky. People are wanting to know what it is, so that people do hit more and then they read about it. Even if they're not going to read it all, that's totally fine. Maria, do you want me to talk about the what's it called? Autocorrect that I do?
Yeah, the text replacement. Yeah, because typing your phone number and email address every time could get old real quick. So that would be great.
Perfect. Okay, what Maria and I are talking about is in this post, I'm going to scroll so that you're only seeing what we're talking about. See where it has the phone number, email, website, and then the hashtags? Those I never write because I've got cooler things to do with my time. So if you have an iPhone, grab your iPhone, go to settings, and I don't know what this is called, so watch while I try to figure it out. All right, see where it says auto correction? If you click on that and then click on text replacement, you'll see I have this set up. So if I ever type in Insta, automatically, excuse me, my phone number, email address, and website pops up. And then I'm just on to the next thing because I want to make sure I'm compliant. I want to be a good little girl. And then for the hashtags, if I type in, I do hashtag Home Sweet Heidi because I want all of our stuff to be similar there. And that's the name of our team. So for our hashtags, I have all those right there. So all I'm doing is doing hashtag Home Sweet Heidi and the rest is filling in. And then normally I end up replacing the last word with whatever the heck's going on. So like, so this one I did hashtag TV, hashtag ABC, just to kind of mix it up. Maria and I were talking about, we've heard that Instagram doesn't like it when you use the same hashtags over and over and over again, which I can understand. I don't understand how any computer could figure that out, but I'm sure they've got really amazing technology I can't even think of. So that's why I always just try to add something different at the end just to kind of mix it up.
Give it some variety. So to slow back down here, if we want to create these text replacements that essentially function like autocorrect, you need to do it through your phone settings, not inside the app.
Inside, are you saying Instagram?
Yeah, so this is not something they do in Instagram, it's something they do in their phone settings. And when they type whatever they're going to type, like that could come up in an email too. It wouldn't just be limited to Instagram.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah. Like let's shoot out a quick email to Maria. Maria, you're so popular today.
It happens to a lot of people.
All the time. So like if I'm here and I just write Insta, my stuff's going to just pop in. So that's not just this is always.
So you search in your settings, what text replacement, right? And it came up.
Yeah, let's do that again. So I have an iPhone. If you have an Android, I'm sure you can do it. I just don't know how.
We can't help you if you have an Android.
Yeah, I can't help it. So I just click on settings, and then I did auto at the top. If you have an iPhone, if you take your thumb and you scroll down, so you just scroll down, that search button will pop up there. So I use the search button for everything because this is not how my brain works. So I just type in auto, and then do you see 1, 2, 3, 4? The fifth thing down is auto correction. And then text replacement. And it's right in there. That's where I set them up. And in the top right, there's a plus button. That's where you can add new ones.
Nice.
Cool.
And delete the ones that automatically, that iPhone does that don't really comply with. Every time I go to type something, it's not what it automatically replaces. Is far more Christian and positive than what I was going to say.
No, you're totally right. What for me on my phone, when I type in North Carolina, it does all caps. So it looks like I'm like, hey, welcome to North Carolina. So I changed it on there. Don't want to be screaming at people.
Yeah, no.
All right, Maria, any other questions, or should I just move on? You want me to go to post about or talk about stories? Okay, you're muted, but I can read your lips. Okay. All right, so 4 stories. Hey, look, there's me and Maria. What I do is if you look, so you can see it says your story, and then these are the live ones, and then next to it, that's my personal account. But see how there's a circle around it? Personally, I never want to not have a circle. What a circle says is that they have posted on their story. So with the Home Sweet Heidi account, I try to always have something out there, because remember, my entire goal of this is to be social and to remind people, hey, I'm in real estate. So let's post a story for fun and go through this. What we have on our team is everybody has their own gifts. Gifts are great because, here's my daughter who thought it was appropriate to wake up way too early and come into the bedroom. So we're going to use her. Hi, Stella.
Usually that happens on the weekends.
No, it was a Thursday. Well, no, Friday today. So we have our own gifts. If anybody wants to make your own GIF, and I'll show you what this looks like. We've got a guy, and Maria, can you put his contact info in the chat if anybody wants this? But you can see here, we have like one says Heidi is my homegirl, holler at Heidi. Mike has call me. Renee has let's talk. Emily has call me, and Erica has let's talk. So like, because Stella's my daughter, I'm going to have her say that I'm her homegirl, right? People like movement. So I try to put a GIF in, hi, Mike. I try to put a GIF in everything that we do. Plus Instagram, remember, they like it when you use stuff like that. So even if you don't have your own, maybe you say, good morning, right? And you put a little something here, right? But also you're going to want to use a filter, because remember, Instagram wants you to use their stuff. So I always go to Paris, just because you see this is normal. This is Paris filter. It's the first one. If you swipe right, it's the first one. It makes everybody look pretty. So if you ever are like, oh, wow, Heidi's having a pretty day. It's not. It's just the Paris filter.
Paris.
Yep.
Paris.
All
right. So your guy, it sounds a little shady when you say I have a guy.
You got a guy.
Totally legit. We can include that contact info when we send out the recording with the technology tools and all that stuff. So.
Okay, cool. And he does 5 gifts for, I think, $350. All right, so remember, it's social media, so you want to be social. So what we always love to do is we love to engage our audience. So does my daughter waking me up at who knows what time have anything to do with real estate? No. But could I say, well, let's not do this one. Let's do, what time do your kids wake up? Right? Right? You can do something like that and post it on there. Now, I know that this message looks crazy. But you could post that on there. And then what people are going to do, people love to vote. They love to be a part of it. So anybody that does, that votes too early, maybe you can write back to them with like a laughing face or whatever. You want to be engaging back with everybody. Let's see what else. Oh, say that I wanted to tag my husband in this, but I didn't. All right, say that I could say, good morning. My husband's Instagram is O to be tall because we're short people. So I could say that, but if that like got too clunky, you just pick it, put it in the trash right there. I could just say, put it here. And then if I don't want his tag to be shown on the picture, you just take your thumb over the tag and you move it below the picture.
Pass the trash can. Don't
Pass
dump
the
it
trash can. Yep. Thank you. Pass the trash can just right down there. One of my real estate friends in Pittsburgh taught me that trick, and it's so great. So it would still tag him. He can still see it, but you're just not seeing it on the image.
And this is all for stories, guys, not for actual still posts.
Yes, thank you. If you are, I taught Maria this little gem yesterday. Oops. Come on. Okay, hold on. If you are looking at a Instagram post and say that you want to stop and read it before it goes away, because I don't know how long they're up there, but they're up there for like just a few seconds. If you just hold your thumb on the story, it will stop.
So this is a game changer, y'all, because I guess my elementary school just was not up to par, and I just never became a fast reader. And so I'm always trying to go back because I can't read fast enough before it clicks over. And now the game has changed. I can just hold my finger there until I can catch up to normal speeds.
Yes, a lot of people don't know that one. So that's a good one to know. And also it's good so that so that you can engage with people. So like if I think that this is really funny, like I can just send her a laughing face and it goes right to her so that she knows that I'm engaging with her. Oh, okay. So if you have never posted an Instagram story that goes out of order, you haven't lived. So say that you do a 1.5-minute video and you upload it on your stories. Remember, your stories are up here on the top left. And then when it posts, well, this isn't going to work. Trying to think of how to do this. And if it posts out of order, what I always do is I go back in. So say that this is out of order. If you go down here to more and you hit save everything individually.
Scroll down because I don't see where you, the little 3 dots. The bottom is where you went.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. Save. So you're going to want to save all of these individually. And then, oh, wait, did I do it? Oh, okay. Okay. Perfect. I didn't even mean to do this. I get so excited. All right. So this, for some reason, posted twice. One posted with my wording, one posted without it. Okay. So all I'm going to go through is I'm going to go and delete it because that doesn't make any sense. But if I wanted to put another one up, that way I can just have it on my phone and re-add it here. Does that make sense? To make sure that it goes back in order.
No, the whole thing. So if you mess up, you need to start from scratch to get all your slides.
Exactly. But instead of going and reshooting and doing it all over again, you just go and save it and then you upload it again in order. Because Instagram will
save other people's stories or only your own?
Say that again?
Can you save other people's stories?
You know, I've never tried. Let's try it.
It would be a little creepy. I was just curious.
I can copy a link.
Got it. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Questions.
But you can screenshot it if you wanted and then use it on your own. But
well, that's depressing. Where are these people?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Sorority sister of mine. Okay. Any questions about stories before I move to highlights?
Your advice about always having a story, your strategy about always having a story up there.
Yes, I never like my circle to not be full. And what that means is I want to always have something up there. Now, I don't have a reminder set up. I just rely on this for income. So this isn't something that I'm like, oh, it's noon, I need to post something. It's like, mama's got to make some money, so let's keep this going. So yeah, so then I just always upload a story. And sometimes it's not fun. Like, okay, to me, this is fun that my husband bought me a 9-pack of blue tape because we do a lot of new construction, and to me, that's very sweet and very thoughtful. But in reality, he bought me.
Dude, those clients, you go to the blue tape inspection and they forget it in their hand, they get in their car, and yeah, you can't ask them for it.
Yes. And especially with COVID going on, nobody wants to use the builder's tape because the builder's been around other builders. So I show up with tape and I look like a superhero. But like, that's not engaging content. It's not like anything that's earth shattering, but it was very sweet. And being a realtor, that means a lot to me. So I made a post about blue tape. Okay. So it doesn't always need to be like the most exciting thing of all time.
And stories can be still shots. They don't have to be video.
Yes. They can be anything. So, I mean, this is a still shot. That's a boomerang. I'll show you what boomerang is in just a second. That's a still, somebody, this is a Raleigh real estate agent. She put this on her story. So remember, you want to be social. So then I shared it on mine. And that's me and you, girl.
Hey.
So if you want to do a boomerang, or wait, hold on. So to post on a story, you click your top left logo or whatever image you put there, and then you hit that blue plus. At the bottom there, so you see all my note cards over here. On the bottom there, you can see you can go live, which is fine. But I consider it the double black diamond of social media. Make sure you know what you're going to do before you go live, okay? Create, where you can just put words in there. Normal is when you're going to be taking a picture. Boomerang is when you're doing, like, you just select it and it goes like this. See, that's a boomerang. And then layout, you can put multiple pictures there. Super zoom, these are fun. Like if I want to do like how much I love Maria, I could select on it and then see, it's gonna, oh, and then let's see if the volume will work. There you go, see? And then hands-free, that's if you just want to put your phone up and walk away. It'll just keep on recording for you. Okay. Anything else?
I think we're ready to move. We've got some questions, but we can address at the end.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about highlights. So highlights are the things right here in the middle. You'll see mine, for my team, we all have the same, it's the same image. It's a picture of me. I'm going to open it. But the wording is different from each of them. Okay, so this says tips from a pro. The way that you can add to it is you can hit that plus button that says new, and you can start a highlight. My tip for you about starting a highlight is to have a lot of patience, because when highlights show up originally, you are uploading them in your story. Okay, so a highlight needs to go through your story. So if all of a sudden you decide, that's it, I'm going to do a highlight of testimonials, and people that are following you all of a sudden see 10 testimonials come up, they're going to be like, what are they doing? That person's crazy. So I always just be very patient. I add to them slowly. Additionally, these images for the highlight, if you just go ahead and throw them up, they're going to be like, why does one say tips from a pro? Why does one say as seen on TV? Why does one say the team? Like, people are not going to know what's going on. So again, be patient with yourself. You have to think it's not about you. It's about the person looking at you and what they're thinking.
The highlights basically are, the stories go away in 24 hours.
Bingo.
So the goal of a highlight is being able to preserve that story forever. The reason you want to preserve that story forever is because it's a pretty and clear representation of your brand. So think of your profile when somebody lands there. If somebody says, call him Sweet Heidi to sell your house, she's great. They look you up on Instagram. They see your information, a little brief bio, link to your website. And then in addition to seeing your most recent profile picture or posts, they'll also see this little library of things about you. So you want to think about those categories in a way that makes sense long term, the same way you would kind of build out pages on a website, maybe.
Exactly. So this is my resume, because you have to think the people that I'm meeting with, most of them I don't know. So when they go here, I want them to be like, pro tips. What's a pro tip? And by the way, everybody do pro tips. This is by far our most popular one. People will, like, I posted something probably last year and I just got a question about it a couple days ago. Like pro tips are like things that real estate agents know that maybe the normal consumer doesn't know. So like this one's about Amazon batteries versus Duracell. Who knew that Amazon lasts longer and they're cheaper? Great. This is new construction tips.
Builder and
oh gosh, sorry guys.
Today I want to talk about lighting fixtures and how you
to get
the
proper
if your Elsa
lighting
has accidentally let a balloon.
Okay, it's my family. All right, too much. Sorry. But like I have awards. I want people to know that we win things so that they know that we're good. I want people to know who the team is, so that team's on there. We all have videos about us.
Hello, I'm Heidi.
Swag, this is just like free stuff that we give clients. If anybody ever has questions about swag, let me know.
Go back to the beach towel. That's kind of like Memorial Day weekend theme. You want to revisit that.
Right?
March, so when we can go to the beach.
The Umstead. Being in public. That was when we were young and wild.
Yes, those were the days, 90 days ago.
Yep. So anyway, highlights, remember that's your resume. A lot of people, what they do is like homes I sold, and they put homes that they sold up there. Perfect. That's totally fine. If that's who you are and you want to do that, maybe do homes that I've sold and my favorite thing inside of the homes that I've sold, right? Like keep them engaged. Like, oh, I didn't know that house had a safe in the master bedroom, like, like something like that, like keep them engaged. But for pro tips, for highlights, you only have a little bit of spacing. So that's why I put more words in the image, and then you only have a little bit of spacing on Instagram below it to say what exactly it is. Okay. I'm going to add a highlight so that people know how that works. So, oh, actually I've got a great one. Okay. Let's do me and Maria's. So this one here, if I see my thumb is pressed down on it, so it holds it for a long time. If I let
equal opportunity here, Heidi, thank you.
Well, if I let go and I hit highlight, see that right there? It's in gray right now. Hit highlight. I can add this to any of my highlights. So if you are building a highlight reel, remember it has to go through the stories, and then you can add it into highlights. So here I'm going to say awards. Isn't that nice? So now it's automatically in awards. And also the newest highlight that you update goes to the front. See how pro tips was in front? Now it's awards.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's why pro tips is always in the front, because people are more engaged in that one. That was the one I try to feed as much as I can.
So
yeah, that's it for highlights. Any questions on highlights, or do you want me to keep on rolling? My next thing is hashtags.
Let's move to hashtags, because we've got some people that want to know about hashtags and how many we should use, etc.
Okay, so again, I don't know the analytics. I've read don't use more than 18. I've read don't use more than 30. I don't know. So, and we just updated our hashtags. I'd like to say that I update them once a quarter, and I don't. I bet I update them like once a year. And it was one of those like COVID things. Like I remember when Mike joined the team in February, I was like, well, when things slow down, I'll circle around to figuring out hashtags. And I shouldn't have said that, because then all of a sudden COVID was coming in and things slowed down. But anyway, we just updated ours. If you want to use our hashtags, use our hashtags. I believe in abundance.
I did read that the magic number, and this was like 6 months ago, so in Instagram days, that's 14 years.
If you sit right here,
11.
Oh, sorry.
11 is like the most engaged posts have between 9 and 11 hashtags.
Okay.
But again, that could change by the minute.
1, 2. I'd guess we have probably 15. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
You're close.
So, and there's websites, if you want, you can Google like best hashtags for realtors or whatever, and you can go through and see what those are. I like having them for realtors, but also I want to know, like hashtag love, I put in those because hashtag love is the top hashtag right now across the US. So I put that in because why not? But these are the ones that we're currently using. Again, if you wish to use it, feel free. But like I have hashtag Raleigh Realtor. If you are in Charlotte, hashtag Charlotte Realtor.
So it's a good mix of macro and micro. Like you want to catch all of people that are, you know, the most frequented hashtags so that you can be seen by a broader audience, but then you also want to make sure that you're unique to your market, because if you just use the really popular ones like love, then you're going to be one of 3 million.
Yes.
You seen, where if you're using Raleigh Realtor, you're probably going to be one of 5,000. So it's a good strategy to have both.
Have both. And like my friend Molly, I think she's on this call. She's out of Houston, Texas. She's a Berkshire Hathaway agent.
Welcome,
like, hi. Hers would say like hashtag Houston, right? So like you want to make it to your town, but also real estate specific. And then also BHHS and Berkshire Hathaway, those two change. So depending on which hashtag's more popular. So if you're ever interested, all right, so BHHS has 177,000 posts. BHHS Real Estate has 39.4. So like go through here. Hold on, let me take a step back. All I did was I hit this magnifying glass, like the search at the bottom. And then I just typed in what I was looking for. And then you just click tags at the top. See that right there? Okay, so right now Berkshire Hathaway has more than BHHS. So it changes. So just if you're ever interested in which one's more popular, just put it up there. But to Maria's point, don't always do the most popular one because then you're one of however many. But also don't just put something in there that says like hashtag Heidi because nobody's looking. Nobody cares about that. Okay.
Maybe they will now after today.
They do it today. It will be trending. Yes, 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 yes. So there's people that argue about where to put hashtags. So let's use this one again. So I put my hashtag in my post. And what I mean by that, excuse me, is you can see it, it's part of my post. Some people put hashtag as a comment. The reason that they do that, I believe, is because then if somebody's looking at your Instagram, they're like, oh, they have a comment. I wonder what the comment says. And then you click it and then you see it's the hashtags. Fine. I get it. That works. But what the word on the street is that Instagram doesn't like it. So Instagram doesn't use that for hashtags actually working. You're just doing it for yourself. You're not doing it to get the benefit of hashtags. Again, I don't know, but that's what I've heard.
Well, then they say that they say, those people, that if you're the one commenting on your own post, the algorithm recognizes that, and it's not the same as like a third party commenting on it in terms of driving it up.
Yeah, so perfect. So let's talk about that real quick, because yesterday we're doing a giveaway for gift cards since the restaurants are opening up in Wake County. So like yesterday, see, this has 33 comments, but I'm responding to everybody because again, it's social. Instagram wants people to post on my stuff, but they also want us to post back. So if anybody ever says like gorgeous home, write back to them. And all you got to do is hit reply underneath their comment. Any other questions about hashtags before I move on to IGTV?
We'll keep them till the end.
Okay, cool. So I did an IGTV yesterday. This is the one that keeps on playing, and I'm so sorry for the audio and my kids screaming. It was a mess. Again, I should not have posted it because it was awful, but I was just trying to get the content out there.
But if you sit right here.
So IGTV is when you have something that's more than a minute long. Instagram will not post anything over a minute. So if it's even like a minute and 1 second, it's going to ask you if you want to do IGTV. So here's the post from yesterday. It's 1 minute and 49 seconds. Automatically, they're going to ask, do you want a short video, which makes it 1 minute, or a long video? A long video makes it Instagram TV. So that's all you have to do is just pick long video. Again, it will let you pick from your camera roll. So if you go back and look at my feed, you'll see it's me being a good mom instead of like this. So make sure that you pick that because Instagram's going to want you to do it.
Reality.
It is reality. We got a big hit of reality yesterday on our feed. Instagram TV is good. It's great for if you have a couple more minutes where you need to talk about something. However, I get less engagement on Instagram TV than I do on a normal post. I think people you're on Instagram just to like thumb through. You're not there to like digest information. I get it. So
another thing that I learned everyone's on silent because they're just scrolling through and they're scared that if they click that, it's going to make noise and people are going to know that they're on Instagram instead of being productive.
Bingo.
And so that contributes to the lack of engagement on the videos too.
Yeah. So that, to your point, when you do a story, make sure that if you're doing a story where you're filming yourself and you're talking, make sure that you have good information on the story in text. Because I always assume that somebody is watching this at work while they're not supposed to be. So I always have it so they know what I'm talking about. Of course, I want them to hear what I'm saying, but I know that doesn't always happen. So I always say something like, in today's real estate adventures or whatever, right? And like, I'm at a closing today and this is what happened or whatever. Like, I just try to put something in there so they don't have to listen, even though I kind of want them to. Now, here's a really cool trick about Instagram. So if you are new to Instagram or maybe don't know how the rules work, they want you to have 10,000 followers. That's like the magic number. We have 1,816. These are real followers. I don't
almost there. You're almost there.
Any day now. But like celebrities, like if you have over 10,000, they unlock all kinds of really cool things that you can do. So I don't have 10,000, but I'm trying. But anyway, if you ever see a real estate agent has 10,000 followers, assume that they are not real because 10,000 people do not want to see pictures of the houses. Now I'm going to get off my soap stand or whatever. All right. So what I did yesterday. Okay. So what I did here is I said, want to know how you can win a free gift card at your favorite local restaurant, and see how it says swipe up. So normally if you have over 10,000 followers, you cannot swipe up, but we found a loophole. So, and it doesn't work on my phone. It only works on everybody else's phone because when I swipe up, it gives me my insights, how many people saw it. But normally what happens, like if Maria was looking at it, she can swipe up. And what that does is it takes you immediately to that HGTV video that I just showed you all where we're doing the giveaway. So it takes you from a story to an actual post, but that has to be only within IGTV. And I'm going to show you how I did it. So here's the picture. On the top right, this is where you say like gift card, giveaway. If you want to select a color around it, we are always pink because that's the Home Sweet Heidi signature color. And then if you want a box around it, see where it says strong at the top middle, go to the left and that will put a box around it. Okay. And then I'm going to do a GIF of swipe up because I want people to know that's what I'm trying to do. Plus it makes me look like I have 10,000 followers, which I don't. So I picked this one for the post yesterday. Again, Instagram, guys, use your filters. Always Paris filter. I mean, use whatever you want, but like, look at that. Look at the difference of Paris filter. Okay. And then in the middle, so see, you're going to have, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. But it has the text. It has the squiggle mark. It has the GIFs, which is kind of like a smiley face with a box. And then there's like this clipboard thing. If you clip the clipboard, then you can add the IGTV to your post. So all I'm doing is clicking on IGTV. I select the gift card giveaway because that's the one I want, and I press send. And then all of a sudden, it looks like I have all these followers, and I can use that really cool swipe up function. But that's your way to get around it. Okay, that's what I've got.
I love it. Okay, so now I'm ready to rapid fire questions to you.
Cool.
The certain your light and tripod contraption, Did you do research on that? Are you happy with the one you have? Can we send out that model number to everybody along with this recording today?
Yeah, please do. I bought this book. I use it for all my videos. So if you ever look at any of our videos, you can see it's there. Also, my team's available to use it too. It is 8 inches, which is fine, but it's small enough that I can put it in my car. It comes with like a little carry bag. Got it off of Amazon. I think it was $18. So that was easy. And my dad's a mortgage lender and he likes to do videos too. So I sent him one for his birthday. So he loves it too. So I would recommend.
Awesome. Okay. Can you cut videos and start and end it at different places? So I guess video editing you don't do within the platform, right? Anything that you edit.
If you can, I don't know how. I have a Mac and I use iMovie for all of my editing, but I went to college to do this. So like, that's really easy for me. If you don't know how, there are apps on your phone that you can edit video. I'm not the perfect person to ask how to do that because I used iMovie on my app. But if you are on your Mac, if you have a Mac and you have iMovie, there's amazing YouTube tutorials that can show you how to do that.
So many things I've learned on the YouTube. So many.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much time do you spend per day managing your social media presence?
Probably too much. But like my husband and I, we joke because he's like, you're on the phone and I'm like, I'm working. Right? Because I'm working, but I also really enjoy it. I would say for me, I probably spend a couple hours a day on it. But remember, I need this for my business. So if you are starting out, start out with 5, and then the next week do 10, and the next week do 15. You can clock in, clock out there. You can set timers on your phone for how long you are on an app. So if you're worried about like, oh my gosh, I get on Instagram and then all of a sudden it's been 30 minutes. There's timers on your iPhone that can take you off of that app within a certain amount of time. But I would say start small and then just get bigger as you wish. And also be patient with yourself because it's not like all of a sudden I got an Instagram account and then these clients started coming. If you look at the very bottom of our Instagram account, it started out just like cool things to do around Raleigh. And then it's really snowballed from there. Facebook used to be awesome for us. Facebook, we're now finding out, is more of like a fan platform. Like people are just like cheering us on there. But when somebody contacts us on Instagram, they want to do business with us. So that has been our biggest moneymaker lately.
I would agree with that. I think that the engagement rates, all the stats and analytics show that people are more likely to engage with you on Instagram than they are on Facebook or otherwise. How do you share someone else's post to your story?
Cool. I'm going to show you.
Awesome.
So it's switching over. Okay. So remember this morning, one of my real estate friends shared that and then I shared it. So that's what we're going to do. So she is, actually it would be over here. This is Tiffany here. See, this is where she mentioned, so excited to see Home Sweet Heidi on the news, go lady. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to post this onto my story saying that she mentioned me, right?
So that's a prerequisite. You have to be tagged in order to share it.
Bingo. If she just wrote, so excited to see her on the news, go lady, I wouldn't have known. Unless, remember that cool thing I told you where like you tag and then you go to the bottom right below the trash and then you let it go? She could have done that, but she tagged me. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show my followers that she tagged me. So see where it says add this to your story? Right there? Add to story. And then remember, this is a contact sport. We are being as social as possible. So I wrote something like, thank you for your support, right? And then what that's going to do, and then what that's going to do is it's going to also let her know that I tagged her as well. And then all I do is hit send to. Again, Instagram likes it when you're being social. So Instagram's going to love this post because she posted it and then I reposted it.
So Do you, I saw the hashtag symbol and I read it as number and I was like, what does that mean? But we're doing Instagram, that means hashtag. Do you share the post from Home Sweet Heidi on your personal Instagram, or is there any commingling?
Rarely. I did today, and this is my personal one. I'll show you what I did. Look, Ma, I made the news and I didn't do anything illegal this time. So I like to flirt with it a little bit, but I find, like, at a cocktail party, I don't want to be that person that's like, who do you know that wants to buy or sell a home? Like, that's not who I am. I like to be very social. So, like, I put this in every now and then just to let people know. And when I say every now and then, probably like maybe once a month. It's only like when we're on House Hunters, I put that on there because that's cool. Like, people care about that. But I'm not going to say like triangle update and put it on there. I just find that if somebody wants to know that stuff, they're going to follow Home Sweet Heidi instead of my personal account.
Fair enough. Do you put hashtags in your stories?
No. I hashtags do work in stories. I don't put them in there because I don't like cluttered stories, but that's just me.
I like it. If you did want to put a hashtag in your story, can you show us how to mess with the size so it's not as like offensive?
Absolutely. Let's use me and Maria again. Crowd favorite. All right, so if you click on, see the smiley face with the box, click on that. See hashtags there, it's the bottom, or the second to the right down. So that's where you're gonna have hashtags. And I'm gonna say BHHS, okay? And that's pretty big and offensive, right? If you wanna make it smaller, all you do is squeeze on it. You squeeze on it.
Like zooming in and zooming out.
Yep, squeeze on it. And then if you don't want it in color, because it automatically comes up in color, just tap on it and it goes in gray.
Which I do
Tap on it,
prefer.
color, tap on it, color, gray. But again, I know there's a lot of success with it. It's something I want to work on, but I just haven't done it so far.
Awesome. Okay, so do you use alt text to boost the algorithm in regular posts? I don't know what that means.
Do I use all text to boost
like alternate text? ALT. I don't know what that means.
I think I do. If this person's still on here and wants to tell me if I'm right or wrong, just tell me. So inside, this is Spacey. This is that app I told you guys. It's $2.99. You can do it where it's bold. Oh my goodness. You can do where it's bold. Oh, my husband.
Chad, we are trying to work.
Chad, come on, man. I can do where it's bold, or I can do italics. I don't do that just because it's not my style, but you can do it in here if that's what this person is talking about. And if it's not what they're talking about, let me know and I can circle back around. Oh, you're muted.
I'm back.
Cool.
Oh, it said not bold. It's an alternative way to view Insta for screen readers. It's where you describe, it's where it tells you what could be in the photo. The little, when you, on the post, and it has the alternate text on the bottom. Yes.
I don't follow.
Okay, so if I go to, hold on. The answer to this question is, we don't use alt text since we don't know what it is. If you tap on the photo, it gives you the option usually to, hold on. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. We're gonna leave that one alone. No, we don't use alt text. Somehow on the bottom, it usually, you'll see on a post, it tells you a little descriptor of what's in the photo.
Oh, so no.
Mm-hmm.
No. I rely on, if it's a post, I rely on this with having a really solid intro. And if it's a story, I put a lot of, not a lot of text, but like people will know what I'm trying to say in my stories.
Somebody also wants to know when you use boomerang, when you're having cocktails with a friend.
Yeah. I use boomerang probably less than I used to. I find boomerang to be a young female thing. So our main followers are like 25 to 45. So I try to do it every now and then. Like you can see, I used it today. But I rarely use it. The only other times that I like to use it is if I have a really pretty house, I'll boomerang, like if I take a picture, maybe you can't see the whole house, so I'll boomerang. But I try not to boomerang too much because I find that males don't like it as much.
Not as polished and professional. It's fun. Okay, well, it is 11:59, so we have done awesome on staying on task and on schedule. Heidi, you're awesome. We now know why you were voted one of the top realtors on social media.
Thank you.
We appreciate you sharing all of your advanced insight with us. We will send this out as a recording, and we'll make some notes on the things that were referenced in today's session. And then this will also be posted on our COVID Hub for anybody who wants to go back through some of the things that we moved pretty quickly through to try and do it on their own device. So I hope everyone has a great weekend, awesome Memorial Day, and we will be back next week on Tuesday for more live Zoom sessions. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you. Talk to y'all soon.
Maria and Heidi, this is Lacey in the background here. They wondered if the chat questions and answers and the Q&A be sent out as well. Now, we haven't cracked that, but obviously you have the recording. So again, probably just listening to it again. And if indeed I can access in the background the actual questions, Maria, I'll make sure I send those to you.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think that the best advice there would be to, because we answered them live, just to rewatch the recording, because we won't have answers typed to the questions. So,
Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you all. Appreciate you facilitating, Lacey, as always.